Hey collectors, Anthony from Matcha here, and today we're taking a look at Transformers Studio Series Transformers the movie Megatron. And wow, he is the most Megatron to ever Megatron. Wow. So before we take a look at him, we put him aside and take a look at the box, and it's the new format for leader class boxes. So, here's him with the barrel, the absolute worst place for him. I suppose it's supposed to be a callback to something else, maybe. I look at this and go, yeah. Anyway, Megatron. Here are the forms here, and this arm is just a random redeco that somebody did for the sake of art, I guess. I don't know. It means nothing. Anyway, there's also the instructions, which is a nice little album here, and don't hurt yourself paper. So remember, don't hurt yourself. So Megatron came with, of course, his cannon. He came with this sword, and then he came with a little bit of him, reminiscence of his original G1 form, and of course, what's supposed to be technically this version, but like on this for the cannon. And before we get into much detail, let's take a look at his face. He just does not look happy. But yeah, look at that. Okay, so the debate that Dennis and I and Ed and a couple others have been having is, are the legs blue or gray? Well, they're bluish gray. You're seeing them in the color I'm seeing them. I tested my lights to make sure that is the case, and I mean they're bluish gray. I mean they're not. This is gray. This is bluish gray. So take that for what it is. Depending on your lighting, this may look more blue than gray, but out of the box, this wouldn't stick together. It does now. After a little bit of, I've converted him and messed with him and whatever. It now sticks together, so his feet aren't coming apart. And so I think both of them kind of were loose. I mean, they're still like a little loose. There's actually a double joint up here, but as long as you have everything locked in, it's generally fine. And that's what the inside of the foot looks like. Yeah, he's decent enough. Now, the only gripe I have is with the sword. So, his hands are articulated, 3 fingers and his pointy finger, index finger, however you want to call it. And so he can point, which is what he's doing on this one. But this doesn't come apart to come in, and you've got to basically force it into his hand. And I don't like that. I'm worried that his thumb will break at some point. And you can see it's like a 5mm peg situation going on there, but also that his hand is on a ball joint that is easily dislodged, as you see. I mean, you can slide it back into place, but at some point that's going to stop sticking. So that's a little annoying. So that is probably the only gripe I have. So let's take a look at, actually, let's take a closer look at the sword. So it has a 5mm port and 2 spikes. It does not come apart. Yeah, so yeah. If you have the mace that came with the one thing a few years ago, it'll actually fit in his hands as long as you close your fingers correctly. Here's the cannon. So for tank mode, the cannon opens up this bottom here and does this. So yeah, because the points of contact for the cannon are these here instead of this down here. But yeah. Let's see. Back here we have the smaller version of him for the purposes of, if you want to. So even has a little Decepticon symbol on the side. And then here is the front of the cannon, which is supposed to mimic the front of the barrel of the gun. It just goes in here. So for tank mode. Now, how to explain this? He is a lot of unfolding. Optimus Prime is a way easier conversion than he is. And fold up the basically the thighs, I guess, a little bit, and then turn around the torso, and then you get basically the front of the tank, or top of the tank, front of the tank done. And then the legs, this is a very nice unfolding here. So let's get into it. Let's start with the hands. So if we do this and we bring this out and we make sure that the fingers are folded in correctly. Let's see if I can get the knuckles to go in. It should fit. Yeah, I see. I don't have them in all the way. There you go. They go in like this. And then you flip this around and it covers up the hand, assuming everything is in the way it's supposed to be. There you go. So that's that one done. I kind of, I was like, I kind of wish it was a little bit easier to get the hands into place, but I don't. I'm so often getting things that are loose. It's nice to get something that is tight. So yeah, you can't get everything, you know. I want it to be both loose and tight. Okay, so inside of here is like a triple joint, and you gotta like pull it out, and it like clips into the front of the shoulder. So the best approach is to kind of pull the shoulder back. There you go, like this. I'm worried about wear because you really got to put some force on it, but I mean the lighting is making it look white, which it's not. And then repeat it on this side. There we go. Because yeah, it clips in like in here. So once you have that out, you can start to undo the chest. So this just stays out like that, and that frees up all this area. Then you pull out the chest, and you can put the head in, kind of. I forgot there's like a little bit more to do here. Yeah, there you go. Now you can put the head in. And the head does this. And there's a little peg here. You do this. And then there is a piece to unfold. There's just so much unfolding on this figure. And just make sure it locks into place. And underneath, continue to unfold because you need to bring these out on the arms. And this is where I'm a little confused. I think first off you have to do a 360 on it, and then you have to configure these where the shoulders will connect, and it is finding the combination to do that consumed most of my time in converting this the last time, because you need these two points to meet up in the middle. And I'm going to see if I flip this around right here. Yeah, okay, it looks like I might have it. See, I've done it a little bit, and I've figured it out, kinda. There we go. And flatten it up, tack them in, and then, let's see, one of these sides, okay, so, like this, because these are what attach to the cannon. And so that we can consider this part effectively done for right now. Flip this way. Flip these aprons because they're typically on the side here, but you flip them back here. And we're going to lift them up. And we're going to position the pelvis so these bits can lock in on the legs. There's little tabs, and you just need them to lock in. Mine don't snap. I guess the instructions think they're supposed to snap. They're just there, okay? But you can already see what's happening here. There's a wheel right here, so this ends up being the front of the tank. Now, probably the most fun part is detaching this, which is really tight on mine, because it was, again, loose when I got the figure. Pulling the front panels off. I mean, this is not the fun part, but, you know, it's interesting. It's the unfolding of the wheels. For the leg panels here, you can actually push them back, kind of like that. Now get them out of the way for you, and then we'll work on those in a minute. So anyway, the legs unfold, and they unfold like brawn, so, or hound. They kind of, you know, so it's interesting to do. I'm gonna have to lay this down. So there are 4 panels hidden, 2 in each set of treads, and if they come off, you can just reattach them. They're just on a simple hinge. And you want to fold them in because you want them to come out like this, and then duplicate that on the other side, and come on, there we go. It's holding the same piece in 2 different areas. All right, here we go, and close this up, and then there's this piece back here. Slide it on. It has a double joint, and it fills in the gap. Do it on the other side too. Fill it in, fill in gap, and you can already tell where we're going with this. And now we want to complete the back end here. Don't lock it in yet, because when we attach this to here, we're gonna attach these together. Make sure that these are down and flat. You got to make sure that these are attached because this is what lines it up, and they came undone while I was working on the other thing. So let's make sure that they are attached correctly. There we go, and make sure they're together. And then make sure these are done on this side, and I'm just gonna hold it right here. There we go, just fix that. Okay, then pull it back, and then these are gonna go on top. There's like, I don't know if you see the little grooves that lock onto these pegs here. That's what we're going for right now, and try not to make sure they're wholly tight. Okay, and as you see, we're gonna clip them in right there. And now we're gonna start attaching the side, and there are pegs throughout that are gonna attach here, and then these front pieces here. And let's see if I can do them simultaneously. You can kind of squeeze it as we go along. Now the problem I have is there's like a tiny hole and a tiny peg on both sides. I could typically get one done real easy, like right here, but the other one is going to be a pain in the butt. There we go. Okay, squeeze it all together. Everything's in place. Cool beans. Okay, we got this done. So now we got this done, we can fold the feet back. Like this. And I think there's a tab right here at the bottom. Make sure you line them up correctly. And then once you do that, just fold the toes in, and they're just super tight, so they'll stay by themselves. No extra work needed there. And as I was saying, tabs come undone whenever I do something. Press the middle back in. Okay, there we go. So far so good. Now we can attach the cannon. I mean, the steps to get to the best Megatron is a winding road, but once you get there, it is like, yes, this is the best Megatron, and look at that. So before I throw the other stuff on him, real quick, he does roll. If there's this right here, right here, right here. Although this feels like to me it's touching the floor. I mean, it looks like it's touching the floor too. Now, it might be user error, so, you know, you might get a better result than me. But here's what we look like here. So, yeah, it's pretty good. Here's the front end. So, unlike the previous Megatrons, no poking out head syndrome. Although, the chest piece just lays out flat here, and I know this can't help either. I kind of wish the feet were flatter and out of the way, but this is what we get. And yeah, so I mean the side paneling is fantastic, but yeah, the wheels look like feet level. I don't know, maybe a user error again. I mean, let me know in the comments there. Okay, so arrangements for things, you can pretty much stick them anywhere you want. The instructions have this right here as like a smaller barrel next to the cannon, and it does the thing, and it does the other thing. It's just, you can, I don't know how, here, let me stop talking so you can hear this. So yeah, the wheels do move, so at least that, it's just, it really looks really close to, but this is also a soft surface, so there is some give here. So, you know, but if the wheels start wearing, or this paint starts wearing away, and then I know that they're just at the same level. But yeah, this is easily the best and comparable Megatron to the Studio Series Optimus, and definitely worth adding to the collection if you're being like me and trying to complete the movie collection.
With that said, tell me in the comments your thoughts on this video. Did you like what you saw, and how was your experience with it? If you would like to see more, check out the on-screen recommendation. Do not forget to like this video and subscribe to this channel to keep up to date with our latest content. Thanks for watching.